South African Municipal Workers Union claims that workers in 4 municipalities in the Free State have not been paid for months. Now, you will recall that last month, the Auditor-General, Tsakani Maluleke, revealed that none of the municipalities in the Free State had obtained a clean audit. Let's get more on this now, and we're joined by the union's provincial secretary, Tiisetso Mahlatsi. Mr. Mahlatsi, thank you very much for your time. Can you just give us your sense of how long these workers have been waiting for salaries in these 4 municipalities?
Well, we started experiencing this situation from May, where municipalities were unable to pay workers' salaries. But I must also indicate that Kopanong municipality experienced this situation last year for about 3 to 4 months. And it's now back at the same situation where employees are sitting without their salaries. Now it has escalated to Masilonyana, Mafube, and Tokologo. And in May it included Mantopa, but later on Mantopa paid their salaries, although late.
Yeah, and the officials at these municipalities, I'm talking about the ones whose responsibility it is to effect payment, what measures are they now proposing in order to at least meet these workers somehow, to try and alleviate this pressure, this economic pressure?
The unfortunate part is that we have ignorant management in all these municipalities, because if we don't call and ask what is happening, they don't involve us in the situation. We will just learn through memos that the municipality is facing financial constraints, therefore they are unable to pay for salaries. And we'll continually knocking for asking what's the update. If we don't call, they won't even bother to call back. So it leaves employees in a vulnerable situation, because even it's now July, we are not even sure that even the end of July they will get their salaries.
Is it true that these municipalities are now offering workers food parcels in place of salaries? Food vouchers,
yes,
rather.
That disappointing gesture, we experienced it in Masilonyana and Mafube. And in Mafube, workers refused to accept that, because it won't make for the sufferings that workers are suffering. You would remember that given the current economic situation, workers only lives in their salaries to sustain themselves and their families. And currently, even the debit orders are unable to go through. The medical aids have lapsed, so the vouchers won't replace the trauma that the workers are experiencing.
Mr. Mahlatsi, let me ask you this question. You've heard right at the beginning of this interview when I said the Auditor-General revealed last month that none of the municipalities in the Free State could obtain a clean audit. That talks to the management of monies in municipalities in the Free State. Does that not talk to what you should have been doing, though, as a union as well, to raise alarm when corruption is taking place, when monies are being spent irregularly?
SAMWU has been raising this for years. Hence, when we reacted to the AG's report, we said we are not surprised. Because if you go through the report of the AG, it says it's not only this financial year that Free State municipalities are underperforming. And every time when the AGs reveals the report, we know that Free State will be high on the map. And there's no consequence management to that effect.
So what are you doing as a union? What are you doing as a union?
As the union, we have been reporting wrong things that are happening. But those who are in charge to take charge of the situation, they're not responding, they're not coming on board. Through our national office, we even raised this matter to the national treasurer, that the municipalities in the Free State need an urgent attention. And we even echo that we wish that the president can bring a specialized team that will investigate in local government, because most of the resources of the municipalities in the Free State goes through outsourcing and not to service delivery or to the lives of the workers. But it got depleted and it cannot be accounted for. There are many areas where we raised issues of irregular expenditure, but we are not being yet true when we raise these issues.
Mr. Mahlatsi, let me ask you this final question, and very briefly, if you can. Someone listening to you right now will say, perhaps what is happening to these workers, and particularly the fact that they are affiliated to your union, which is SAMWU, that is affiliated to COSATU, which is in alliance with the ANC, they're probably saying, well, the workers are getting what is due to them anyway, because this governing alliance has not been working for some time, so why should we feel sorry for them?
I don't think it's about an affiliation. The union has its responsibility to serve its members, and it's the responsibility of the employer, not because of their political affiliation. It's their responsibility to take care of their workers, and not only their workers, but also the communities that they serve. So if they fail, it cannot be attributed to a political affiliation. It's the performance of those who are in charge who must take the responsibility and accountability.
All right. We're going to end the conversation there. Thank you very much for your time. Tiisetso Mahlatsi is the Provincial Secretary of the Municipal Workers Union, SAMWU.